Let's talk sex. Numbers. Now, I know what you're thinking. Numbers? Really? I didn't sign up for a math class. But hang tight because this is where the magic happens. Think of this as the part where we stop theorizing and finally ask, does this thing actually work? Numerical verification is like testing out a new recipe. Sure, the cookbook says it's foolproof, but until you bake that cake and see if it doesn't collapse in the oven, you don't really know. So let's check if PISA lives up to the hype. First up, let's talk about these futuristic one-wheeled wonders, unicycle robots. They look like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, but the science behind them is real. These robots rely on PISA to predict their movements and maintain balance even in tricky situations. Imagine a robot cruising down a bumpy road, wind blowing sideways, and a toddler suddenly stepping in front of it. PISA helps the robot think, okay, let's not wipe out or scare the kid. Time to adjust. Through rigorous testing, researchers used numerical experiments to ensure these robots don't just spin in circles or crash into walls. It's like watching a circus act, but with way more math. Next, let's zoom into the chaos of a crowded city street. People crossing randomly, some glued to their phones, others speed walking like they're late for a meeting. For an AI agent, this is a nightmare scenario. But with PISA, it's not just guessing where people will move. It's predicting crowd flow and individual trajectories. In one experiment, PISA was applied to the UCY Pedestrian dataset. This dataset is like a goldmine of pedestrian behavior, recording how humans walk, stop, and sometimes do completely unpredictable things, like stopping mid-sidewalk to tie their shoe. PISA analyzed this data to predict patterns, and the results were so accurate, it almost felt like AI had psychic powers. Now here's where things get competitive. PISA went head-to-head against other methods like Meng's approach 2022 and Zhao and Jiang's DPDD 2023. It's like a scientific showdown. Think PISA versus the world. The results? PISA came out on top, especially when it came to long-term predictions. Why? Because it can handle high-dimensional, chaotic systems much better than traditional models. So, while others might stumble in the chaos, PISA thrives in it, making it the gold standard for behavior prediction. All right, now for the fun part. What kind of tech are we talking about here? The experiments ran on some serious hardware. Intel i9-99900K CPUs and NVIDIA Quadro RTX 4000 GPUs. These aren't your typical laptops. This is high-performance gear that can crunch thousands of trajectories at once. Imagine running a simulation where thousands of agents, robots, pedestrians, you name it, are all interacting in real time. The sheer computational power is like having a Formula One car for a brain, blazing fast and razor sharp. And with this setup, PISA's predictions were tested, retested, and proven reliable under various complex scenarios. If PISA were a student in school, it wouldn't just pass, it'd ace the test, win a scholarship, and probably get voted most likely to succeed. The numerical verification proves that PISA isn't just theoretical. It works in real-world scenarios where precision is everything.